Two men face charges in connection with a major nationwide fraud scheme. Gwinnett County Police say crooks scammed at least 8 companies out of more than $440,000.
Damn!
Police say they caught one of the suspects red-handed. Fox House Christopher King is in Lawrenceville.
Which one? Was it dumb or was it dumber? Which one of those idiots got caught?
Dugan tried to cash a check here at this bank.
Winston
Problem
Dugan.
is, it was bogus. Police caught him in the act. We have video of that confrontation.
Call from the bank.
Gwinnett County Police confront a man they say is trying to cash a bogus check with fake ID.
They said the doc.
Dumb and Dumber. Undirected team, we got another one. These two fools on the screen, right under me and over there in the corner, just couldn't stop committing crime. Just had to do one more check. Why do criminals always just have to do one more crime? Why can't you just take your $300,000-$400,000 and be good? You just got to get that last $20,000. And then what? You get caught. Crime will catch up to you at some point. At some point, you got to get out the game. Remember what happened to Frank Lucas? Have y'all watched American Gangster yet? Go watch American Gangster. It's an awesome movie. Denzel Washington is the star of it, but excellent movie. And it'll tell you that, at some point you just got to get out. Just stop. But not these two.
Documents that you provide.
I need to get out of here, sir.
No, you're fine.
The man appears to act innocent.
Where are those documents? I don't know.
Police say back in October 2022, this man tried to cash the check at Fifth Third Bank on Lawrenceville-Sewanee Road in Lawrenceville.
Let me see the ID.
Police are not buying his story.
You know this is no good, right? Oh, you know it's no good, sir. I can feel it. I can look at it.
Officers arrested Winston Dugan and
Dugan got it. All right, so what's crazy is they now have something where you can get an e-check. So an e-check comes to you, and like my printer over there, if I get an e-check, I can literally just print it off on just a regular piece of white paper. And it prints off, and then you just cut it, and it's a real check. Like, the check is legit. So when he's saying that the check doesn't even feel like a real check, like, you can print off a real check. It really doesn't have to do with what it's printed on. It just has to do with if the check is valid, right? Like, the numbers and everything. So that's a lot of it. But, I mean, these guys, the way he looks, like, yeah, you're probably going to think. And I don't know, did he come in there business attire? Or did he come in there, looking like a criminal?
Confiscated his cell phone.
He got a white tee on.
Discovered that he had multiple bank accounts, fraudulent bank accounts.
Investigators say they linked Dugan to even bigger crimes.
Looking at over $400,000 in fraud.
Police say Dugan would target companies around the nation, sending emails posing as a vendor.
The email prompts them to either change or add some banking information, thus compromising their emails and their banking information. So these thieves are able to then log in and submit invoices to customers of that business.
That customer thought they were paying a legitimate business.
Funds are intercepted by the crooks and wired to a different banking account.
Police tell Fox.
Yeah, that's actually very common. There was actually a movie that I just watched that was it was from the 80s when you used to have a confirmation code back before it was digital, so you had to have 2 confirmation codes. And I'll actually you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna link the movie in the description of what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of the movie. I just watched it. I remember everything except for the title of the movie. So I'll link it down in the description below. And y'all should really check it out. It's a really good movie, actually. Really good movie. But it's similar to what they're doing in 2024. They were doing this back in, God, I think that was like the 80s. Yeah, it was like the late 80s. Same stuff, different day. Dugan, man. Dugan. Let me go back on Dugan. Where's he at? We got Dugan? We got him right there. Hey Dugan, when you commit crime, let's make sure that you don't leave all the evidence in your phone right there. Get rid of the evidence. What are you holding it? What is it? Is it like do you have it as your wallpaper, all the crimes you committed? Do you just keep all your ledgers of all your crimes? It's just foolish behavior, and you're just not a good criminal. You or your partner. And what you did was got everybody else busted. Like the crime ring was good until they caught you. Just you. You got everybody else caught. Now, Dumber got dumb caught. Now the other guy beneath me right here, now he's caught.
The email prompts them to either
to Texas to Florida.
the one case for over $190,000.
Investigators say in the summer of 2022, an unwitting employee of a company in Illinois thought she was sending money to a vendor.
Those funds never went to that supplier. It actually went to the suspect's bank account.
Police say Dugan that same summer sent a $133,000 check to Mikhail Kais. Both men indicted this week.
He was obviously involved in some aspect of it. He might also be involved in other cases.
Dugan is charged with theft, identity fraud, and forgery. Kais with theft. Police say always make sure your email comes from a legitimate source.
Yeah, always make sure your email comes from a legitimate source. So, actually, the other guy was just using his account to receive the funds. And you got to realize something, that banks are not stupid. That guy, Mackay, he's never had a wire transfer of more than probably like $1,500 to his account. Now, all of a sudden, you got a wire transfer of $133K into your account. So you were going to jail regardless. They're going to look into that. You can't just all of a sudden just increase the type of amount of money that you're getting into your account by 10,000 times out of nowhere. It just doesn't work. They're going to flag your account. I'm surprised that they were even able to get the funds, because that's a huge red flag that should have been set off. So, the bank was probably implicit, not as far as the crime, but just being incompetent. But regardless of the fact, now those two are in jail, and they've uncovered a whole crime ring just because this fool tried to go into the bank branch to get an extra couple of $1,000 when he already got away with $133,000. You were already 300K up. You can't stop. So let's go on to Underwriter Perspective. We'll go light for this. Yeah. So my thing is this. Fine, you want to be a criminal. The people that he defrauded got to take accountability for allowing themselves to be defrauded. He didn't put a gun to their head. He didn't kidnap their family and hold their son for ransom. He just outsmarted them. You shouldn't get outsmarted by a guy that's like Dugan. So for everybody that allowed him to talk them into routing their money into the wrong bank account, well, look, that's on them too. I'm not going to just give up accountability. The chances of me sending my money into a fraud bank account is pretty much zero. Unless I'm being forced to, at gunpoint, at threat of my life or something like that, or my family's lives, it's not going to happen. You're not going to manipulate and talk me into doing something like that. You're not. It's just not going to happen. Ever. So, they got to be responsible too, but, I give him credit for being smart enough to do what he did in the first place. And if y'all watch that movie, which I really think y'all should watch it, American Gangster, we talked about that. And then the movie I'm going to put that I can't remember the title of, which is irritating, that I put down in there. I'm going to go look it up right after this, right after I get done recording. I'm going to put it down there. So I guess I'll leave it at that. And then if y'all watch the movie, in the description, come back in the comments and let me know if you liked it and all of that. And maybe we can have a discussion about the movie. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. This dude basically hires some broke bank employees that, basically, and he needed inside guys to be able to make a wire transfer out of the bank, but they were able to access the one-time codes, and they set up, elaborate, it was back before cell phones and all that, so it was house phones, and it's all just really cool. So check it out, and I'm gonna leave it at that. .sale all the way out. How much time you think they're gonna get? Just picture if you got away with $440,000, but then they gave you 40 years in jail. What is that? That ends up being like $10,000 a year. You could have just made that, just being legit. You could have made 5 times that and not even did hard work. But now you went to jail for $10,000 a year. Stupid.